What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the show. So I want to talk a little bit about the channel today, and I want to talk about some changes that I'm going to be making. Okay. Now, it's nothing's going to be drastic, but when I travel, a lot of times when I travel, I have time to kind of just think about things, look at the numbers, find out what people are really interested in watching, and just kind of going off that. And so I've been looking at this for the last couple of months. And I'm going to make a few changes. I'm going to add some more content to the channel. Right now, it's pretty stagnant as far as the viewership, as far as the subscribers. And what that means is I need to add new content so we can have some new people come in and join the family. And so that's what I want to focus on. That's what I'm talking about today in this video. But first off, on this channel, we talk about financial news and what's going on in Washington, D.C. If that sounds like something interesting to you, please subscribe to the channel and hit that little bell notification. That way you get notified anytime we put out a video. And like always, if you see my name and a picture of me in the comment section, make sure you see a check mark next to my name. That check mark signifies that it's me. If you do not see that check mark, it's not me. It's someone trying to impersonate me. Okay, one of the hardest things when it comes to YouTube, one of the hardest things is figuring out what to talk about. And I've been doing it every day for the last 2 years. And it makes it really difficult because sometimes I have no idea what I'm going to shoot. And it might be an hour before I shoot the video. I have no idea what I'm going to shoot. I do a little bit of research, and then I'll come out and I'll give you guys a video. And it's always hard to figure out what am I going to talk about. And so I've kind of pigeonholed myself into talking a lot about stimulus, talking about what's going on in Washington, D.C., and talking about public policy and all that. And so now when I talk about other things, some people don't tune in. Okay, so if I talk about something that has to do with student loan cancellation, which I just put a video out a couple of days ago, and not a lot of people are interested in that. And I understand, but there is an audience for that. There are people that are watching that content. And so I want to be able to satisfy all my viewers, or at least the majority of my viewers. And the only way that I can do that is by adding more content to the channel. Okay, now I haven't decided if I'm going to do like one day talk about a certain thing, another day talk about a certain thing, and another day talk about something else. But as of right now, I have 5 different topics that I'm going to address on the channel. Okay, so all that information that I was talking about in the past, stimulus checks, when it comes to any type of stimulus, gas rebate, all that stuff, I'm still going to be talking about that. But I might have it on a certain day where I talk about that. Or if there's new information that comes out, then I'll talk about that. But if there's no new information, then I'll talk about some of the other topics. And so that's what I want to focus on. Now, I want to have my little list here of the different things that I want to talk about. So the first thing, the number one thing that I'm going to be talking about on the channel is public policy. Okay, so all the stuff that we talked about before on the channel, I'm still going to be talking about that. Public policy, what's going on in Washington, D.C., stimulus, gas rebate, all the stuff that I just previously mentioned, that will all be a big part of the channel. Now, some of the other things that I want to talk about. I want to talk about retirement. Now, since I've just retired, there are a lot of things that I can offer to you guys, a lot of different things that I'm doing right now in retirement that might help people who are getting ready to retire or help people who are already retired. So I want to talk about retirement. I also want to talk about Social Security. Now, and I've been talking about Social Security as well. So I've been talking about public policy and Social Security. And the main reason I want to talk about Social Security is because there's a crisis going on right now. We have 12 years. 12 years and the trust fund runs out of money. So we need to talk about this. We need to talk about what they're doing in Washington, D.C. about Social Security. So I'm going to continue talking about that. And I also want to talk about travel. And mainly travel credit cards. Now, I've talked about this previously. For years, about 3 years, I was talking mainly about travel credit cards. And I like to introduce people to travel credit cards because if you are in a situation where you're on a fixed income and you don't have any additional money, but you still have that urge, you still want to be able to travel, this is your opportunity to do that. Credit cards will allow you to do that. Credit cards that earn points, because all you're doing is you're going in that store and instead of using your debit card or using cash, you're using a credit card. You're paying that credit card off every month. You never carry a balance on that credit card. But when you use the credit card, you earn points. And with those points, you can use those points for travel. And that's what I do. That's what I do. So I'm in Colombia right now. The way that I got here is using points. I use roughly about 75,000 points and $80. That's how I got here. And that's how I'll get home. Not to mention I'm flying business class, a round trip business class ticket. So that's how I do it. There's no secret here. I'm not paying thousands and thousands of dollars to travel. My biggest expense is housing. Okay, so if I'm staying in Airbnb, and that's why I like staying in Airbnbs, because generally, depending on where you travel to, Airbnbs are less than if you stay in a hotel. And they also have washer dryer, and you have a little kitchen so you can make food and things like that. So that's how I do it, but I want to share this information with you. And I've talked about travel credit cards before on this channel, and I'll do it sporadically, but now I'm going to do it a little bit more. Maybe at least once a week, I'll have a video where I'm talking about how I do it, how I travel. And so that's definitely going to be a part of the channel as well. And then the last thing I want to talk about investing. So I want to talk about all things money. There are a lot of people right now that you might be 30, 40, 50 years old, and you're thinking about, okay, when am I going to be able to retire? The answer is in how much money have you invested, because that's the money that you're going to need when you retire. And some people don't have a 401k. So if you don't have a 401k, you really need to get the ball rolling when it comes to investing, getting your own investments going, Roth IRAs and all that. So when it comes down to it, I want to talk a little bit about that. I want to talk about this because this is something that I didn't have when I was younger. And I wish I did, because I would have invested a lot more money a lot sooner. Okay, I have investments now, but I would have started when I was in my 20s. But this information wasn't readily available. Okay, YouTube was not a thing, but now YouTube is, and we're able to share this information with other people. So that's what I want to talk about on the channel. So those 5 things. Now, like I said, I haven't decided, am I going to do one day talk about one topic, another day talk about another topic? I don't know if I'm going to do it like that. But I might, for certain things, I might say, okay, Travel Tuesday, we're going to talk about travel credit cards on Tuesday. And then if other information comes up about different topics, then I'll go ahead and do a second video and talk about that if it's on that same day. But that's the plan. That's the plan for the channel. And it's always good to kind of mix it up and change things a little bit. And because there are always people that are out there that are interested in certain things, and it's impossible to address everyone's needs in one video. So a lot of times you're going to have to do different types of videos, different topics. I want to keep it along the lines of people who are on a fixed income, people who are retired, and how the stuff that I'm talking about on the channel can help them. So that's where I want to go with it. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know in the comment section below. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.